All right, everyone, it is fall. You've got everything you need. Outside, you've got warm days and cool nights, and inside, you've got pumpkin spice lattes and a new Taylor Swift album. Fall is already underway. Today, we've got 5 fragrances for you that I think are great for this season. 5 different houses, 5 different fall fragrances. This is my 2 cents, so let's get started. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Once again, my name is Sean, and this is my 2 cents. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you've already been here, welcome back. Before we get started, I want to say if you like fast-paced fragrance reviews without all of the fluff, definitely hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss all of the wonderfully important things that I have to say. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you for coming back. As far as seasons go, fall probably has the best scent profile all year long. Think pumpkin spice lattes. Think of the smell of falling leaves. Think of the scents that come in with Thanksgiving. But today we're here to talk about 5 different fragrances. I've got 5 houses lined up. Some of them you may have never heard before. Some of them are very, very popular. I'm not going to go ahead and rank these fragrances. I did that last time. I'm just going to give you 5 different fall fragrances. So let's get started. So the first house that we're going to talk about is the House of Memo. If you're not familiar with the House of Memo, Memo builds all of their fragrances around travel memories. Think traveling to Portugal, traveling to Africa, traveling to India. Every scent is basically a destination or an experience in that destination bottled up. Making this list of fall fragrances from the House of Memo is going to be African leather. African leather is actually the most popular fragrance from the House of Memo. It's part of their Queer Nomad collection. They have one from France, they have Iberian leather, they have a French leather. The most popular one in the entire lineup is definitely African leather. I've said this before, I hate going to a new house and getting their most popular fragrance first, but with this house, with Memo, African leather just works. Yeah, with this fragrance, you've got cardamom right off the bat. You've got geranium, you've got pink pepper, you've got patchouli, all mixed with a very cool, very subtle, very suede-like leather. For me, this reminds me of an African safari. I think it's supposed to smell like winds on the savannah, that sort of thing. But what I get is I get African safari. I get the leather from the safari vehicle. I get the leather from a safari coat. I get the spices from the food. I get the spices from the markets that you may pass. This is a very warm, cozy fragrance. And when you think fall, you think you want something very cozy, something that's going to keep you very warm. African leather is perfect for those first nights where you get that chill in the autumn air. There's amber in this, there's oud in this, bringing it sort of a glowing golden warmth. It's almost, think about African safari at sunset. If you don't know this house or if you don't know this fragrance, definitely go check out Memo. African leather is definitely a fantastic fragrance, and it's really, really, really suited for the fall. Moving on to the House of Creed. Most of you know the brand Creed, been creating bespoke fragrances since the 1700s. This is a French house. Think very pretty, very well put together. The one on this list, the one that is making my fall list, is going to be this fragrance right here, Royal Oud. This was Creed's first take on putting the word oud in the fragrance name. This is not going to be a very strong oud. In fact, most people that smell this fragrance will say that they barely smell the oud at all. But that doesn't make it any less fantastic. This is an elegant, regal interpretation of oud. Right off the bat, you've got citrus and you've got a very, very strong pepper note. Even out of the bottle, you can really smell the pepper. As expensive as Creed fragrances are, this one is even a little bit more expensive than the normal 100 ml bottles, but it is absolutely worth it. It is polished, it's refined, it's gentlemanly. Right out of the bottle, you get pepper, you get lemon, you get bergamot. There's a very bright citrus opening here. And at the very, very bottom, they list oud, musk, frankincense. The whole thing really works together. There's also a very strong cedar note in this. The cedar, the incense, and the spices, everything working together, it feels like something that you would smell when the October air gets that chill. This isn't a cheap fragrance. This is about $610 for the bottle. As you can see, I use it frequently. I do love this fragrance. Creed has just recently launched another oud fragrance called Oud Zarian. If you haven't seen my review on that, it's even more expensive than this. I know, right? But definitely go check out that review. It's on my page in the video section. But this definitely has a spot in my fall lineup. Think regal, think fall, peppery, just cozy fragrance. It sort of gives you that warm hug. The third fragrance in the lineup is by the house of Serge Lutens. I have not reviewed this house at all. The house of Serge Lutens is not looking to chase a trend. They're looking to tell you a story. They're dark, they're emotional, they're dramatic. And the fragrance that made the list for fall fragrances for me is this fragrance right here called Chergui. This is named after a desert wind that blows across Morocco called Chergui. What you're smelling here is tobacco leaf, honey, hay, amber, incense, and there's also iris, musk, and sandalwood. There's a sort of warmth to this. Think early fall. There's a dryness to it. Think of those dry fields in the early fall. It's sweet, it's smoky, it's warming, it's very cozy, almost nostalgic here. There's amber here, there's musk that gives it sort of a glow. It warms it. And I think that's kind of what you're looking for in a fall fragrance. You want something warming, something cozy, and that's pretty much what Chergui provides. This isn't one of those fragrances that's going to announce you in a room. This is going to be subtly dramatic. This is something that people are going to smell. They're going to find it pleasant. It's warming, it's comforting, it's not overly dramatic. I like the story behind the name, that it's about a Moroccan wind, but definitely if you haven't checked out this house and you don't know this fragrance, check out Chergui by Serge. I just got it recently in London at Liberty, and it's fantastic. It's a very easy wear. All right, and number 4 on the list, we're going to go to another house that I haven't reviewed on the channel. This is from the House of Penhaligons. It is not one of the hidden ones. This is not one that you've never heard about. The fragrance that I've chosen from Penhaligons is Halfeti. Penhaligons is a classic British perfume house. Their fragrances are elegant. They're a little bit eccentric sometimes, but they always tell a story. So the name Halfeti comes from the name of a Turkish village which is famous for having black roses. So you know immediately that this is going to have rose in its heart. The rose here is coupled with saffron, cardamom, bergamot, oud, leather, cedar, amber, tonka. This is a dark, spicy rose which is wrapped up in leather and amber that warms up the fragrance. It's perfect for those first autumn nights when you first start to feel that chill. This is going to provide warmth. It's going to provide comfort. Of all these fragrances, this is probably the most romantic. It's got that darkness to it, but it's also got that amber which warms it up. This is perfect if you want something for fall after dark. This is a great date night scent. It's the most romantic of the entire batch. This is Halfeti by Penhaligons, making the list of the top 5. All right, and rounding it out, the last one on the 5 autumn fragrances list is going to be by the House of Nasomatto. I have not specifically reviewed Nasomatto either, but I have reviewed something from the sister house, which is Orto Parisi. Both houses are the brainchild of perfumer Alessandro Gualtieri, and the fragrance that makes my 5 fall fragrances list is going to be Duro by Nasomatto. Now, Alessandro Gualtieri, who is the perfumer here, he focuses on raw instinct. Think perfumes that are designed to trigger emotions. Duro is the Italian word for hard or strong. This is a very masculine, very powerful fall fragrance. Now, one of the things about Gualtieri is that he does not list the notes for his fragrances. He allows the wearer to glean from the fragrance what they will and go on the journey themselves. And I do like that about both of these houses. If you look online, you can see what people say are in these fragrances, but you smell in this, you smell leather, you smell woods, you smell spices, patchouli. There's a musk in here. There's a very soft oud at the base, but this is a fantastic fragrance. If you don't know Duro, this is definitely one that you need to check out. As you can see, I've almost used my entire bottle. There's a very rugged, woody scent to this. As I said, it leans masculine. Think late fall. This is something that you could wear into the winter that will carry into the cold, cold nights. Just a few drops of this are going to hit like a full spray. I can smell it in the entire room after just spraying it for you. This is definitely a powerhouse for when the nights turn cold. All right, so that's my 2 cents. These are my 5 fragrances that I would wear into the fall. Definitely check them out if you don't know them. If you own them, I would like to know what you think about them. You've got sort of a safari, leathery fragrance. You've got a Creed oud fragrance that doesn't really smell like oud. It's more like pepper and citruses. You've got Chergui by the House of Serge. If you don't know that house, definitely check that out. You've got a dark rose-smelling fragrance here by Penhaligons. And lastly, you have Duro by the House of Nasomatto, which is a very resinous, leathery, woody fragrance. If you know any of these fragrances, definitely let me know what you think about them. If you like any of these fragrances, definitely give me a thumbs up. If you like all 5, give me 5 thumbs ups. If you have any questions about these fragrances, definitely leave me a comment. If you know them, write a comment. Tell me which ones are your favorites. Tell me which ones you don't like, if there are any of these that you don't like, or if you think that I've missed something on this list. There are so many good fall fragrances. It's very hard to create a list like this without leaving somebody out. There are actually 2 sitting here right now that I didn't include on the list, but I was really thinking about putting them here. One of them is Wood on Fire by Montal. If you don't know this or if you think I made a mistake, let me know. All right, once again, if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so that you can see the next video. Other than that, thank you for watching. That was my 2 cents. My name is Sean, and I hope to see you next episode.